Hello YTPC, Parsimonious Piper. Today I have a review and second impression, I suppose, of the Full Dottle Original Blend number 2 from Dallas, Full Dottle. If you haven't subscribed to him, you should. I'm going to put that link down below. You'll find it. So let's go. First off, today this is my second smoking of it. I've got it in a tallish pipe by Lee billiard, 3-star. Very nice pipe. I enjoy it a lot. Now, for my first taste of this, I used a small Meerschaum billiard. If you don't have a small Meerschaum pipe, I highly recommend that you get one. When you're tasting a new blend, in particular, Meerschaum is so neutral that you taste just the tobacco. I've also found it useful if I try something in one of my briars or a cob and I don't really like it. A lot of times I'll try a second bowl later on in my mirror just to see if it's the blend I don't like or whether it was that combination of blend and pipe. Small billiards, in particular with Meerschaum, nothing fancy, nothing carved, like the picture I showed, are cheap. They're very affordable and really a useful tool. Now, you will notice when in my description of this that I did have a number of relights. When I'm trying to taste something, very frequently I sip it so slowly that it will go out frequently. My relights in that case are extremely gentle. I just barely hit the flame to the tobacco and a single light puff just to get the tobacco going, so that I'm not generating ash and just tasting ash. I also do not have a refined palate. If you send me a mystery blend and ask me to tell you what's in it, you are wasting your time. Fortunately, Dallas included the recipe for his blend, and for me, that's training wheels. That tells me here are the kinds of things that I should be looking for when I'm tasting through it. This is going well in the billiard as well, or in the briar too. Very nice. So let me take a glance at my notes. You can see a small chunk of the plug that Dallas sent in that picture. It came in at just about the exact moisture level that I like to smoke. So I rubbed it out and didn't give it too much drying time, 10 minutes, mostly because while I was letting it dry, I was going and fixing a cup of coffee to go along with it. It really did not require any dry time. It did not come in too dry or too wet. It was very nice. Now, Dallas packed this in a little Mylar bag with a Ziploc in it and heat sealed. I got to tell you, it makes me feel like a douche for sending my samples to other people in clear, cheap Ziploc bags, but, well, I am parsimonious. Very nice packaging, though. When I first opened it, the bag note that I got out of it was leathery, bready. I didn't get any real sweet notes. It was a very nice aroma. Really, I was ready to fill it and light it up. So, checking my notes. and confirming them here. On the first light, and I'm getting it here too, what I got was a bready flavor. Not overly sweet, but that's what I got out of a charring light. I don't really do a charring light. I light, and if I need to relight, I relight. But on the second light, I very quickly got a slight sour note. I'm guessing from the Orientals. That did not last long. Even though there is a fairly good proportion of Oriental in this, it did not dominate the flavor. It went right back to bready. Now, about a third of the way into the bowl, it started, I noticed a little sweetness. I'm detecting it a little earlier here this time. And I don't know if that's the Virginias and the stoved Virginia warming up, along with some unsweetened Cavendish that still does have some natural sweetness. If those are just warming up and then and starting to come into play with the main Virginia base. But it was never a strong sweetness. Just, it's there, sort of in the background. Between about a third and halfway into the bowl, I had another light, and I started getting a mild, not real strong pepperiness. The Perique started, I must have either hit a pocket of it or it was just starting to come into play. The Orientals had already faded into the background, back into just breadiness, so now I've got a little bit of competition going on between the Perique and the Virginias for flavor. And that lasted through the rest of the bowl. There were a couple of times when I would get just a little hint of the sour coming back up, but it was mostly the competition back and forth between the Perique and the Virginias, with the Virginias dominating. That bready taste really was the primary flavor that I was getting. And that's what I'm getting here too, is mostly the bready. I haven't hit sour yet, but I am starting to pick up a little bit of the pepper, and I like that. I like a vapor. If you're one of those guys who labels Perique Evil P, this is not a strong, at least to me, it's not a strong Perique. It's there, but it's not really heavy or truly spicy. But it does play a significant role. It certainly is noticeable. So overall, what I'm getting out of this is a bready Virginia base. Not overly sweet. There is some sweetness in it, and this one left my mouth tasting more like a bready, semi-sweet flavor rather than cigar ash. So, that plays into it. It's not terribly heavy. I'm not normally a big Virginia guy. I do like Virginias as a condiment, but not usually as a base. A little black coffee there. Unless it's a vapor. I do like vapors, but that's just because I really like Perique. And you can put Perique in just about anything, and if I can taste it, I'm going to like it, as long as the Virginia base is solid. Now, this also has a fairly good dose of burley. I suspect it's a white burley, and I suspect that helped me anyway with playing down some of the characteristics of Virginia that I don't like. Rounds out the smoke. I don't really taste the woodiness that you often get from a burley. I'm not detecting that, but it did make it a cool, long burning, very nice smoke. And again, the Orientals peek their head every once in a while, but I don't taste them all the time the way I do taste both the Virginia and the Perique. So how would I categorize this? This is sort of an American English, maybe. It's got the Oriental in it to make it an English. But then it's got the burley and the Perique to make it American. Or is it really a burley vapor with just a twist of Oriental to liven things up a little bit? Either way, it's a good smoke. And coming out of my briar, this is it's every bit as tasty as it was in the Meerschaum. If you like Virginia bases, if you like vapors, chances are good you would like this. For me, being mostly a burley and dark fired guy, this would be an interesting occasional smoke when I do, every once in a while, turn away from a dark fired or burley blend and reach for something different. In particular, if I'm in the mood for a vapor, this would really fit that bill. It's a very nice blend. Dallas, you did a good job. I do like this. I can see why you do. I certainly can see why you do. It fits your taste just exactly right, which is what your own blend should. And like I said, I could see myself enjoying this as an occasional change of pace from my usual heavier stuff. It's really nice. With that, I'll leave you. Y'all light them up and enjoy your day.